I have finished all my projects, and so it is time to take on one where I already wound all of my yarn that I chose. I chose the yarn back in December, and I wound up the yarn, I think, January. Could have been February. Yeah, maybe it was February. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a while. That's the whole point of that conversation. And this, I put it on the back burner because this is going to be a challenging project. There are so many firsts in this. I've never done an ICAST bind off or cast on or bind off, and I've never done brioche increases or decreases. I just know that this is going to be super challenging at the very get-go till I get to the garter section. When I initially bought this pattern, I didn't realize there were going to be this many challenges. I was just like, ooh, a fade. And Andrea Mowry was having a sale. So challenges are sometimes good for you, though. It really stretches you and helps you grow and gives you confidence in knowing that you can achieve something new and great. So I spent my lunchtime watching the videos, which I thank God for the video links, because if I had to just focus on the written instruction, I might never have made it through. I did already get my cast on done, and the first little setup right there. So now it's on to the brioche. It was bound to happen. I somehow managed to make a mistake and dropped this stitch while I was working on it, and I'm trying to figure out how to pick it back up. But brioche is not easy. I think I may have fixed it good enough. We will see in the later rows if it does show up, but for now, I think we're good. I am almost feeling like I want all of my shawls to have the I-cord edging. It is just beautiful. That is not even the toughest part in this design, though. I mean, the brioche, it ain't easy. But it's beautiful also. I swear I catch myself petting it like every row. And you know, brioche takes so much time because it's 2 rows each row. What else was I gonna say? I don't remember now what it was, but I came on here to say something about how I feel about this shawl. Oh, when it comes to these fades, it's like I get so wrapped up in getting to the next color and the next color, and I'm just so excited about that. I catch myself just speeding through the project. So I am already like 2 repeat increase rounds. I don't even know if that's the right way you say it. Like left to go till I get to the next color change. I'm at the racetrack. If you hear any race cars in the background, that's what it is. Yeah, so I have 2 more rounds of the repeats to do, and then I get to switch to a color that I dyed and Anzula fibers. But I will have to go back and show y'all each color and the yarn that I'm using in this shawl. I definitely stash dived. Okay, I have achieved my first color fade and it's so exciting, but I am finding that I am 2 stitches shy, so hopefully that isn't a big deal because I'm not tinking back and I'm not sure where the mishap may have happened, so I'm going to continue on and maybe it's just going to be 2 stitches off the whole time. We shall see. This is really a tough project to travel with when you're in the brioche section. I have about 3 more repeats and then I get to fade into the next color section, which is my last 2 colors. I just love how this is technically the right side, but the wrong side is just as beautiful. Look at how those colors transition. This is Anzula fibers, and then this is a color that I actually dyed. And isn't it cool that it kind of also has some of this baby light pink in it? This, a friend of mine, Christine, dyed. And this is Diaris, who dyed this. I am just loving this, and I'm feeling so accomplished by making this. I've never done brioche increases, and Andrea Mowry's videos really do help to build your confidence in knowing that you can achieve this. And this I-cord edging, I am obsessed. I love that. And I love to watch like this spine grow, and then each time that I have like an increase, this little split and branching off there and branching off here. You can't really see it because I literally just didn't. Oh, well, I gotta go back there because I forgot to do that increase. Caught myself here, but you can see it right there. Oh, I love it, you guys. Okay, I now fixed the increase, and that is it right there. But I also wanted to say, can you even tell? Because last night I had my needles dangling, and oh, this is hard to do one-handed. And I bent my first time ever bending Chaogu needles. I didn't even know it was a possibility. Ooh, you can see it a little bit in this one right here. And my husband just straightened it as best he could. And it still seems to be working just fine. I'm gonna still go on with the project with it, but now I feel like I'm gonna have to buy a new size 3, which is okay. It's only 10 bucks. But I was a little bit sad. I couldn't believe I bent it. And that's one cool thing about having these metal needles, because at least I can bend it back and still use it. Whereas if it was wood, that would totally have split and not been usable, and I would have had to wait to get new ones. But this is still definitely usable, and it still feels just as strong. I'm okay with that little curve there. It's got a little character. Also, fun fact, the child in me just laughs every single time I read this pattern and I see bark and burp. What amazing shorthand. I am a bit confused on my stitch counts. I'm not sure how important it is though. I have like one more repeat to do, but I counted it this time around, and I feel like I still need to do another round of repeats to get the stitch count it says, but that will give me 1 extra stitch count when I was 2 shy before. It's a shawl though, so it's not that big of a deal. And then after all this brioche stuff, it's just gonna jump me into garter, 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 so I think it should be okay. I'm gonna continue on. This massive coronavirus scare has me at home doing lots of work on my What the Fade shawl. I'm working on those last two colors, and I'm on the last color fade, and I did the wrong color. So I'm having to take all the way back and do the right color and then get back on track, but it's really okay. I am also going to be 2 stitches too many, and that's okay too. It is still just as beautiful. Okay, I officially finished the last color fade, in the brioche section at least. So yeah, can't really tell, but it's got a nice little stellina sparkle in there. I think that it's fading pretty well and the colors seem to mesh very well. It's gonna be pretty cool. And out of my element, I will probably use the wrong side more often than anything. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, guys, that is all I got for my brioche. I now get to enter into Garter Town. These rows are getting to be very long. It took me a couple days to achieve this last color section. Also, I had other things going on, so yeah. But I'm sure Garter Town will be just as long with longer rows and the fact that garter takes longer anyways. I am also madly in love with my fade, how it's like solid. I get some speckliness that includes some of these pinks, but also some of these yellows. And then it fades into the solid again. And now I'm gonna work with the black and do the whole sequence of the garter. And also the back or the wrong side has a nice fade too, where it's like purpley to a little bit darker bluish purpley to black with stellina. I am so thrilled with this. I feel like an expert knitter. This baby is getting so big. I got my first garter fade done. I love this nice line. And I don't understand why my stitch counts are off by 2 again. So I'm 2 less. I've decided I don't care about the stitch count, and whatever happens, happens. At this rate, it's probably gonna take me like 4 days to finish up this shawl. I am done with the second garter fade. I just love the wrong side so much. So I'm gonna work with this color for a bit, and then I get to do the third garter fade. And there are 5 fades and then an I-cord bind off. I am gonna get up to like Well, it says 569 stitches, but I am two less stitches, I think. So it's all right. Nobody will know. These rows are really starting to feel like they take a lifetime. Look at all these stitches scrunched up on there. It's really crazy how it takes shape too. So obviously this is the smaller section. As it gets bigger, this side increases and then it increases in the middle here. And then this side increases here. And I tell you, it's really crazy. Like, because this is gonna be where the point is. It's hard to picture it when it's all scrunched up on the stitches, but I can tell when I'm working it that it's so bunched up over here. But that's a pretty genius way. So this is all going to be basically flat. Stretch up here and this stretch up here. This is the part that's on your neck, but it's hard to tell when you're actually working it. And I really like the view of this fade through the camera. Like in real life, it's much more subtle, but it's way more visible in the camera. That's so crazy. And I love the contrast between this purple and gold. You guys, I'm excited. So garter's cool because it's the same on both sides, but the brioche is different on both sides. I know I keep saying that, but it just amazes me. Oh, I still have 8 more rows left of this third fade. I'm telling you, it takes me like a day to do a fade section. I didn't make much progress on this yesterday, so I've been spending today catching up. It is a nice 84 degrees out here in Texas, so you can hear some panting dogs as we enjoy the beauty outside since we're all quarantined with coronavirus going on in our world right now. Anyway, so I am now into the 5th fade. Well, going to be after I get my little batch from this yarn. Into the 5th fade, which is the last fade of the garter. This thing is pretty large. It feels like a blanket now as I work with it. It's super heavy, and I mean, it's a lot to move the whole thing as I'm working on it in the, like, I say round, but you know, with each row it kind of feels like a round. So cool though. The garter just is very satisfying when you see the whole thing. Oop, my dog must have pulled that stitch out. I'll have to stretch it out and put it back in its place. See, it's not so bad. Nothing to really worry about. And even after a block, it'll fall back where it belongs, like it should. The brioche, I'm still loving, and I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore. It is nice because I can do things while doing garter. I don't have to count anything. Oh yeah, I stopped counting also. So this is about 500 stitches on the needle. I mean, it's almost 500 stitches is what it's supposed to be and says to be, but I don't know where I'm at because, like I said, I stopped counting. I'm okay with it. My goodness, you guys. This project is no small feat. It has taken me longer than a garment traditionally takes me. And I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll get through this last fade today. It is like 5:30 and I gotta start making some dinner. And there's just no way. I still have like 12 more rows of just the fade part. Oh, no. 14 more rows of just the fade part. And then I have like 8 more rows to finish off the last color and the I-cord bind off, which I've never done that before. But I am loving the look of the I-cord, so I'm okay. I'll learn something new. I mean, I love that I-cord. Oh. It's so big. Crazy big. I was like thinking before how I felt about doing the tassels since it's so big. But I have quite a bit of yarn left, so I probably will still do the tassels. Also because I love tassels. But I'll probably do fancy hoity-toity Alexandria Davidoff tassels. Oh my goodness, you guys. 6 more rows and then I get to try this I-cord bind off. Gosh, you guys, I am on the last few stitches and this is freaking wild. It just doesn't seem real that this is happening. I think, okay, the last 3, I don't remember. Slip 3 stitches back. Okay. Knit 2 together in the back loop. On the first one? Oh, okay. Oops. I'm about to be crazy here. Okay, knit 2 together in the back loop. Okay. And then knit 1. Slips 2. This little end part is more than I thought it was going to be. Knit 2 in the back loop again. I don't know if I wrapped that one right, but nobody will know. 1 stitch remains. That's right. Oh. So I will cut it. Cut it. Do you guys just pull it through, or do you guys like pull through your last like stitch? I always pull the tail through my last stitch, even in crochet. I sometimes see people just pull it all the way through. I'm putting these needles back in its baggie, not right now, but after I show you guys my shawl, because I'm taking a break after this one. Like, ooh, need a good stretch from that. This is incredible. It just feels so much lighter off the needles. It felt like a blanket, like super heavy, but it's very drapey. And that's so crazy, like that I-cord. And it's so crazy how it was designed. Like I was working on the end right down here, and that was where the triangle part was. Oh, come on, let's go look at this in the mirror. Oh my goodness, it's so cool. Oh. It's giant too. Let's see here. Oh no, oh no, don't get it wet. Okay, here. So this is the right side. Yeah, because it's pink. Pink on the top and the bottom. And this is the wrong side. I love this side. Look at how it gets dark into the light. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be wearing it wrong side out. This thing is massive. I always wear my shawls as scarves. Oh my God, how luxurious. Wow. I probably won't even block this. I am unsure about all these ends to weave in. I hate that part though. Yeah, I don't think I'm even gonna block this because it's so drapey. I don't want to mess up the brioche section. I definitely think I'm still gonna add the tassels. I wasn't sure before, but yeah, I'm positive I'm doing it. You know, sometimes people wear shawls like this. Oh yeah, this could be a total blanket too. Like if you were in the movie theater, like you could wear this as a scarf and then go in the theater and it's a blanket. Yeah. Can't wait to take finished pictures. Y'all, I can't for the life of me find where I put my yarn labels for all these yarns. So I usually take the label and put it on the remaining scrap and throw it in my stash after I've hanked it up. But I also realized that I never gave y'all details on all of them. These two are DRS made and I never had a label for them. But you can definitely look it up to see the fiber content of his yarn. I will tag his shop or his Instagram. And I know that this is Lazy Cat yarns. I got this at Fiberfest one year and I've made another top out of it and I had tons left over. And then here I am and I have quite a bit left over again. Not sure what this will be, but it's got stellina and obviously black, which are like my favorites. And this is Buttercup Creates. She's no longer dyeing yarn right now, but this was like one of her first colorways. This was Kaylee, and she's just the beautifulest pink. Right there is where it's at. And this base is incredibly soft. I love it. Maybe she'll get back to dyeing one day, but for now, she's just enjoying the fun of being a human and being a maker herself. So maybe go be friends with her. And then this one I dyed myself with my friends at Blue Mule Fiber, and it actually says my name in it with a heart. And then I had just like put some black in there. It kind of looked like bats when I did it, but I freaking love this. so much. And it really helped blend my colors really well. And then this one was Anzula Fibers. I don't remember the colorway of it at all. And hopefully when I go on Ravelry, I can find it. But since I don't have any of the labels, I don't know what yardage that I really started off with, I can't really tell you the exact amount that I used. But I will still link my Ravelry project in case you want to see whatever, you know, all the deets in writing that you have seen in this video. Okay, we have had a bit of a storm this morning, but I did get my face on for a live this morning. But I like to utilize my makeup for more than one purpose when I do get the chance to get dolled up. So now is the time I'm gonna get some pictures of a few finished objects so I can get all these videos out maybe at one time. Yeah, and the sun just started coming out, so at least, like, it's not super sunny, but it's good, like, overcast, but with some nice highlight light style, if that makes any sense. Probably not the best way to say it, but you know when the sweet spot is happening, like, because there's not too many shadows. You're not going to be like squinting, and when you turn on the camera, you can just look and see that all the colors pop.